Welcome to our today's episode 4 of Elevating Ourselves, and today I'm going to be sharing about building self-respect. And this is a very common topic that has been tackled with so many people. Psychologists have taught confidence, therapists have told us about confidence, our parents have told us about confidence, our mentors, our friends, our lecturers have taught us about this thing, and even ourselves, we do call ourselves in meetings, private meetings, and set up strategies on how to go about this one. And to some reasons we end up failing to achieve, maybe because the strategies happen to be wrong, or maybe because the advices we are working with are not directing us properly. And especially I have come to notice that most of the advices we get about confidence are majorly they're majorly laid on upper surface, and yet real confidence comes or is built from three major perspectives, which is identity, beliefs, and behavior. So let us talk about identity. And when I'm talking about identity, I'll ask you one simple question: who are you? You need to answer this question properly for you to be able to start this journey with us. So I need you to take a pen and a book and try to define yourself in less than 5 words and see what you'll come up with. So the major reason why I actually want you, or I'm requesting you to define yourself before we continue, is that most problems of confidence are not associated with skill, and rather they are associated with identity. Most of us, we identify ourselves as lesser human being, and this one undermines our growth. For instance, if you identify yourself as an awkward person, as an ugly person, or as an unattractive person, your brain will start looking for evidences to fit that identity that you have created in your unconscious mind. You see, confidence is all about what we feed our minds with, and the evidences that we provide to our mind is what is cooked and come back to haunt us, and now we feel like, so to some extent, if we end up even losing our self-esteem. So find out who you are, and if on that paper whatever you've written is totally negative, I'll request you to shift from that kind of mindset to a very positive mindset. If you saw yourself as an awkward person, can you try and look at yourself or see yourself as a very pretty individual, as a very attractive person, as a very intelligent person? When you reach that point, you are 5% free to continue with this video. And the second one is a belief, and you see, your beliefs are the hidden script that runs you on a daily basis. I don't know if you know this, but the reality is that confidence collapses the moment your internal script starts screaming negative. If your internal script speaks negative, like for example, if your internal script tells you that if you at all you fail in whatever you're doing, then this means you are a failure. Or maybe if you're doing something, or maybe a presentation, and your internal script screams to you that if people are not going to like you, then there is a problem with you. That is a very negative belief, and we call them I'll call them fragile beliefs. And this is why I want to encourage you today to come up with a very great belief that will keep you going. For instance, my belief on a daily basis is that no matter what happens, I cannot abandon myself. So you have to come up with this strong line that will keep you moving no matter the circumstance. For example, you can borrow mine, or if you find yourself in a situation that is a bit compromising and you don't know what to do, you can try and borrow someone's belief, someone who is a bit successful, someone that you are looking up to. You bring them in that situation and try to imagine if they were in the one in that certain situation, how will they handle it, and borrow that their idea and use it until you get your own belief, a very solid one that will keep you going more than the one that you have borrowed. And another thing that we want to emphasize on is always try to replace the fragile beliefs with a strong beliefs. For example, if you are always chasing perfection, have to shift your mindset and start aiming for progress always. If you have a problem with comfort, stop chasing comfort, start chasing growth. If you have a problem with approval, you do not want to be approved by anyone. What you have to do is to aim for self-respect. You see, the last one, which is behavior, it is very important. And let me tell you, confidence comes from evidences, the thing that we feed our minds with. Hype, affirmation, and what else, quotes, they're very important. There are solid foundations of our daily activities. They keep us energized, but you should always focus on evidence. For instance, at the end of the day, get your diary, write down 3 things that you have successfully performed well. Write down 1 thing that you have improved on, and also write down 1 challenge that you have been able to handle successfully. And also remember that you are allowed to take space. You are allowed to have your personal opinion in everything. You are allowed to speak slowly whenever you feel like. You are allowed to be imperfect, and you're also allowed to change your mind whenever you feel like the first decision maybe you took wasn't the right one. So as I conclude this one, I'll leave you with a note that confidence is all about self-permission. You do not have to wait for someone to come and give you permission to do whatever you feel is right with you. So, having said that, I also had to also feel like adding this one because it's so building self-confidence is about learning to trust yourself more each day. You have to learn how to overcome fear. You have to learn how to overcome doubt. You have to learn how to overcome imposter syndrome, because the truth is most of the successful people out here, they also undergo the same feeling. They suffer from fear. They encounter doubt. They have a problem with imposter syndrome, but what makes them stand out is the fact that they act while they are feeling that fear. The moment as they experience that doubt, they put on an action immediately. They do not back off. The problem with most of us is whenever we feel fear, we tend to back off, and that fear overcomes us always. So always act despite the fear, despite the doubt. Confidence is about moving forward despite the obstacles. So having said all that, let's narrow down to obstacles that will help you boost your confidence. And first, I need to change this notion. You do not need to be ready for you to act. Most people think like, the moment I'll be confident about it, I will work on it. But the truth is, you have to start by acting on it. The moment you start acting on it, you'll get the confidence to continue. You'll be able to survive the challenges. You'll be able to improve on so many things that you don't know. And by doing so, you will earn internal trust. And that internal trust is what gives us the confidence that we are actually looking for. Another thing is like, learn to keep small promises to yourself and make sure the promises you give to yourself, you fulfill them. For example, if you promise yourself that from today I'll be working out in the morning, make sure you do it. If you promise yourself that you'll be reading 5 pages of a certain book before you go to bed, make sure you complete it, because small wins build internal trust. The other thing to work on is improve on your body language, because your posture affects your mind. Stand tall, shoulders back, and maintain eye contact always, because your body interprets strong postures as safety and control. Another thing is you have to build competence, because you see, sometimes confidence comes from skills and not just positive thinking. It is good to have positive mindset, actually it's the next point, but you have to choose a skill that will make you stronger. Is it communication? Is it fitness? Or is it public speaking? And yeah, once you choose a skill that will make you stronger, work on it deliberately, practice on it passionately. And the next thing I already said, it is positive thinking. Always think positive about yourself. Say good things about yourself. Appreciate yourself often. Get yourself good things. Encourage yourself. Even if you fail, always motivate yourself to start again. Whatever comes up, is it a compromising situation? Is it a negative situation? Always make sure you are thinking positive at all time. Always avoid negative talks at all costs. Another thing is always track your wins. Keep a confidence diary that you will always put or write notes at the end of the day. Ensure in that book you have somewhere you partition it. Write at least 3 things that you have done properly during the day. You have handled very well. Note down 1 thing that you have improved on, and also note down a challenge that you have been able to handle properly. Another thing is do hard things regularly. You see, that thing that you feel like it is very hard for you to tackle, that situation that you feel it is so hard for you to handle, always try to do it regularly. For instance, if you are shy to communicate in front of people, always make sure that you before the end of the day, make sure that you try to initiate a conversation with someone. Make sure you volunteer yourself to speak in a meeting. Make sure you post your ideas online. Your confidence grows when you face a discomfort. The next thing on my list is improve on your appearance. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to put on designer clothes. You don't have to put on expensive clothes. You just need to groom well. Just put on clean clothes, well fitted outfits, and you know, the moment you feel like you're posed together, you carry yourself differently. And second last, we have surround yourself with growth oriented people with great mindsets. because energy is contagious. So you have to spend time with people who encourages you and who challenges you, not people that you always have to lead, people you always have to encourage or teach. It's good to have people around you who challenge you in doing the hard or overcoming a difficult situation. And lastly, of course, we have work on physical factors. They matter most of the things that we look at and feel like they're just simple, they don't matter, they really matter a lot. Just like sleeping, things like balanced diet, things like a movement, keeping yourself active, they matter a lot. Because if you deny yourself sleep, you'll end up facing low emotional resilience. So the only thing to do here is for you to always make sure you sleep at least 8 hours a day, yeah, according to psychology. And what about diet? That is so obvious. Just make sure you have a balanced diet. In your meal, it is so simple for you to watch a balanced diet. It is not even expensive. I just have to work on it, because a low or poor diet will cause you mood instability always. And other thing that we always ignore, some of us are just lazy. We don't want to walk around. We don't want to do any exercise. We are always lying or sitting down. And this increases our anxiety every day. You have to get yourself active and always engaged. Make sure if you're not busy, stretch your body, make your body active, because confidence is very easy when your body is regulated. I also have something else to add. There is a slight difference between self-esteem and confidence. Both of us sometimes tend to think that it is one thing, but it actually is not, because self-esteem is about how you are feeling about yourself, and confidence is about your ability to handle things in life. Yeah, you might need self-esteem for you to stay confident, but because they almost look similar, but what you actually need in this journey where confidence is the title is for you to work on competence, work on exposure and resilience. But before I leave, I'll also wish to remind you that confidence is acceptance of vulnerability. You have to accept you will be misunderstood sometime. You will be judged, maybe wrongly, or yeah, you will be judged sometimes, and sometimes you will fail. So you have to make peace with all those things and accept each of them. You cannot avoid these three things: being judged, failing, and being misunderstood. I'm so glad you've reached this far, and I know you have learned something new. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel. And if you find this information educative, please go ahead and subscribe to this amazing family. Drop a like, a share, and hope to see you in the next episode come next week. And until then, stay elegant, stay safe, stay focused and intentional.